So I've been using this stuff for a while. It seems to work pretty well. I tend to get great results with it, and I used to put it in my watering can until I started overwhelming my plants accidentally. So I started putting it with water into a spray bottle and mixing it and just kind of, going from there with the mister. And then I take this stuff and I use it on my flowers and my fruits. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. These I'm not gonna do because they haven't grown yet and sprouted. So I don't want to accidentally overwhelm those. This is our peach tree. We can go ahead and give it a little. And our figs, which do have some developing. It's not focusing very well. There you go. So it's just gonna give that a boost as well. This is our okra, so we're gonna skip that. There's our second fig, which also has some going on here as well. And then of course our blackberries that I haven't seen anything from yet, but I am hopeful. Yeah. I always regrow my green onions when I get the chance, when I buy them. I usually do them inside, and ironically, I think the ones inside are doing better than the ones that I have outside. These are our roses, which I'd actually gotten by accident. I had meant to get peaches, and they had sent roses instead. So we're going to dub these our Princess Peach Roses. Here we have our lima bean, and we have our squash right next door over here. They smell very peppery. Here is our actual peach tree, which I'm very happy to have. I haven't really grown up around peaches, never really seen peach trees like this, so I'm not quite sure what I'm looking for here, but it's alive, and that is good enough for me. These are our Little Miss Fig trees. They are a dwarf variety. I'm very, very happy to have these because I've always grown up with figs. I love figs. I don't know where that guy is there. But yeah, I've always loved figs, and I have very good memories of like picking figs off of like my grandmother's fig tree, and just, I don't know, it's nice. We actually had our first fig not that long ago, and we had to split it 4 ways, a single fig. 4 ways. But that was so amazing for us to be able to have and do. So I'm very excited for these other little buds that we've got. These are our blackberries, which we haven't seen anything quite yet, which is fine. I'm expecting to see something in like a year or 2. I will say that they have grown quite wild, which is why we have one on trellis, and I've got 2 more trellises that we actually need to set up for the other 2 back there, which are also kind of wild. These tall guys are okra, and I think they're doing well. They've at least sprouted pretty tall. If not, then I guess we'll try again. Check our broccoli for caterpillars, which is why we've been growing them. Oh, there's a couple actually. I believe these become moths, if I'm not mistaken, which people don't tend to like. They like view them as pests, but I mean, I figured our pollinators are so low. Why discriminate? Oh, that's an interesting little guy. Not sure what that is. Oh, y'all are interested in that too. I've always wanted to garden, and it took me a while to finally get started. But after all the procrastination, I would say that it's been doing pretty good. And it's definitely nice to step outside and view the backyard. I've tried, I think, 3 times now to grow strawberries, so this is my latest attempt up in these hangers. I am very, very new to gardening. I didn't grow up around you know, a lot of gardening. It's just something I've always aspired to do. So if you have any tips for me, please let me know. It would help greatly. I'm sure my neighbors think that I'm kind of silly for watering broccoli that does nothing but sprout and get eaten by moth caterpillars, but it's fine. I actually did have to replant another one right in this guy here because it ended up getting weed whacked. And that is our garden currently, so I hope you enjoyed it.